looking at, nerd? Huh?
I thought I was looking at my mother.
Sir, the question that I had.
Oh, did I go off on a
I
tangent?
appreciate your opinion, sir. However, while I have you on the mic, I do want you to answer the question. With all that stuff in mind, all that stuff that you just shit on,
Yeah.
should a game release it?
Oh, okay.
Should a game company release with all these problems, all these minor stuff? And guys, if you're listening, we'll get to what the game core is. We'll talk about it's a button masher, and we'll get into all that stuff and all the good stuff that we like about it. But right now, I do, with a big name like this, should a company release a game with, it feels like they didn't fucking play through it, and they used us to play through it with zero reward. Should a company release a game like this
Well, I think
without fixing the bugs preemptively?
right.
You know what I'm
I think
saying?
I think there's only so much you can test in preliminary phases without pushing out an alpha, a beta, and then a release. The beta felt like an alpha, and the game felt like the beginnings or the ends of a beta, if that makes sense what I'm saying. So the game feels like it's not completely, it feels done, but it's got a lot of glitches. The problem is that you're comparing, and this is actually me being devil's advocate a little bit, because I don't agree with it. I don't think a game should get pushed out with this many glitches in it. But the problem is they have these obscene deadlines that guys try to meet. But it's a big game to really get the full testing. As in, how are you gonna, when you're comparing Super Mario Brothers of the Super Nintendo era to a game like this, it's not even close. The size, the amount of world, the space, the amount of moves, the amount of differences, the different characters, there's so much to it that it's fucking hard to find everything. Do I think it's right? No. Thankfully, we have the internet to where we can update the games and fix them, so at least they're actively fixing the games. You got to give them that they're patching this game to fix it and make it better rather than pushing out a shit game. Is it excusable? No, I don't think so. I think you're a multi-million-dollar company in Square Enix, and they have the capability of taking the time to figure everything out that is wrong. But you develop a game, technology is moving so fast, and you're trying to push it out in this engine that's built under these graphic capabilities, and now you're taking more time to test it to figure out the bugs. What's the game look like when you push it out, you know?
My issue is that it's clearly a money move. They thought, well, we can't drop it in December because people are going to buy the new gens in December. So we can't release it and we're going to have some deal with the consoles of it like being, a free game with the console or something like that. Otherwise, it's not going to get as much movement. But it's because of the frame rate, it's clearly meant for the next gen console. This shit it's very clean, but not meant for the PS4. It is meant for the next version of PlayStation and Xbox. Clearly.
Yeah, which is interesting because you have a PS4 Pro and I have a launch PS4. I bought mine launch day PS4, and it feels like I'm in a fucking turbine jet engine plane from the fucking fan spinning so fast. But B, you get frame drops. You're dropping frames during this game on a console. It's supposed to be optimized to that console, so clearly they optimized for. This is going to be a part of the later stuff we're going to talk about, the Series S stuff, but clearly they optimized to the next gen and scaled it down and kicked it out. That's what it feels like to me, because you wouldn't be dropping that many frames that we drop. Because that dude, you and I will talk during games, and I'm like, bro, I'm literally dropping frames in a fight, not lag. I fucking have 1,000 megabytes per second. I have the fucking fastest fiber internet you can get in my area. I'm not dropping frames because of lag. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
I can run multiple streams. I can do all this stuff and not drop frames on anything else. It's the game. It's the processing. So the game is dropping frame rate. Like, it's one thing to drop resolution. It's another thing to drop frame rate. So I'm literally skipping along in some fight scenes when there's multiple enemies that they put into the game for me to fight, and I'm dropping frames from it.
All that, even in a fight, Iron Man will disappear on me, literally, like, just off the screen. He'll be there. His beacon will shut off out of nowhere. I know he's fighting. I see guys taking damage, but he's not there, and he's completely gone. Yeah. It's pretty. All that being said.
Well, that was in the beta.
That was in the beta too.
I remember playing with you guys, and I lost you guys. I'm like, where are you guys?
Several times.
Like, oh, we're right here. I'm literally right in front of you, and I'm pressing the up on the directional pad, and I still can't find you guys because it's not showing up. Your circle goes away.
Yeah.
That shows where you guys are.
Which all this being, look, at the end of the day, I blasted through the whole, not the whole thing. I think I got like 50% completion. And it was intentional. I was trying to get to the point where I had all the Avengers unlocked.
Yeah. You and everybody else.
Right. So I blasted through it. I watched all the cutscenes and everything like that because I had the early release and I couldn't play with you guys. I feel like they could have easily game testers that work for Square Enix could have played through this very fast. It took me like 9 hours total, maybe, to play. It's like, dude, why is the campaign the thing that is you're making the big part of the game? Clearly, why is there bugs in that? I understand bugs in the multiplayer and other stuff, the marketplace and all this shit, but there shouldn't be any bugs in the campaign. That should be clean as a whistle when you release it. Clean as a fucking whistle.
Hey, what's up, Sarcasmos? Listen, appreciate you guys watching the clip, but look, I need you to do me a favor. Check around on the screen somewhere. Click on the other clips, man. Check them out. And listen, if you liked it, hit us with that like, man. Subscribe it. Comment down below. That's how you get into those giveaways, all right? Appreciate you guys.